Good morning, guys. It's Jeff with HKS Systems. I'm just showing you a little bit of some of the products that we've been using. People may have never seen these, but they're really a great labor-saving and time-saving and money-saving device for people that are looking for access systems. Typical systems require lots of man hours, labor, and parts, which require you to run wires, electricity, down channels, and at the end of the day, it all costs the end user. These are the Alarm Lock series. The Alarm Lock company has been out since 1970. I personally have been using these locks since mid-90s, and I have very little to no failure on them. Occasionally I'll get some that fail mechanically, but they all are serviceable locks. At the end of the day, the company is very smart. They based all their locks over a grade 1, which is the industry's best lock set. After that, they decided, let's see what else we could do with it. Let's add electronics. Let's add the ability to have multiple users. And then it even went further. Let's have the ability to have HID cards, track people, audit trails, schedules. It's basically an access system on the door. The problem with the original systems that they have that are hardwired are they take longer. They're always susceptible to electrical strikes. And when something does fail, you really have multiple people you have to discuss the problem with. Sometimes it's an electrician, sometimes it's an alarm installer, sometimes it's your locksmith. This one's very simple. One call, the guy should be able to take care of it for you. These do require a battery system on the back, which is straight double A's that are 5 cells inside of a weatherproofed housing. They last, a typical is what they're quoted at, 20,000 uses. So probably even a very busy door, maybe every 5 years, you should replace them. And the beauty part is, all the memory inside of them is non-volatile, so even if you lose all battery power, all you do is replace the battery and it'll still be factory programmed for you, whatever you had set from it. A lot of other systems, when they lose total power, you have to program everything. These, you just put a new fresh set of batteries in, you're good to go. Some of the things that you'll see that actually fail on locks are return springs. Return springs are when those don't go back to the parallel position, and sometimes the horizontal position parallel to the floor, and they will actually cause issues with the doors not latching. These are very simple. They've already thought that. They already started that with the grade 1 technology that they had originally set in the system. It's just a cheap part, about $15, about $25 to install for the locksmith, local locksmith. Now, once again, I'm not telling you what everybody charges. I'm just telling you what I charge. And I've probably installed throughout the years maybe 5 of those at the most. So for the hundreds, possibly even thousands of the systems I have out there, I've hardly ever even put those in. Once again, grade 1 lock set, it's already made to withstand or exceed 1 million uses. So you shouldn't have an issue. The electronics are all epoxy sealed and they're weather resistant and they require no maintenance whatsoever. It will actually tell you when the battery is low, and it gives you plenty of indication to change the batteries. These ones actually use HID card readers, and there's a couple different formats you could go with. Typical ones you would see would be your regular old HID card. You could go with little key tags, or these newer ones you could even go with stickers. You just stick on the back if your company already has an ID system. Some of the old stuff, just stick it right on the back. You could put pictures, whatever you want on there, stick it on the back. It becomes that, basically. They even have so much as smart rings and bracelets. If you were to do something like that, that's fine too. We could get those for you. Once again, waterproof. This is the PL series. You'll see it's a little different than the typical series you see with the keypad system. This doesn't have a keypad. It basically is just going to use a HID card system, so there's no way you could You can manipulate it with keys or keypads, which some people try to do. People that don't know, even with the keypad system, which we sell quite a bit of, once you enter that code incorrectly 3 times, it locks the actual keypad out. You could do increments of a minute, minute and a half, depending on what you want to set. So somebody having the ability to try every code, it's going to take them weeks, if not months of years. They'll usually give up after the first or second attempt, and they find that it doesn't work. Then you'll see it on the audit trail that it shows people were trying to get in when they shouldn't be. These are ports for the USB system that you would put on your laptop, so you could actually upload all the data and download all the data, see who's came and went. This one logs 2,000 users, so you could have independent users up to 2,000, as well as 40,000 different events. Now, an event is somebody coming up to the door, either putting their tag on there, letting themselves in. It'll show this tag was represented on the door and there was no access granted because it is not enrolled right now. So it'll show access denied. You could then track that back to cameras if you really wanted to do that and see who it was, or if you already had those HID cards enrolled for users, you would know who was coming and going at that time. This system uses a set of 9 original cards that come with the system, and then you're going to basically be able to do different things with those cards. So let me just go quickly through them. Number 9 card from the factory would be a one-time use, which is sort of a neat thing. You could see there's nothing going on with the latch. You put that up, it's going to say access denied. Still doesn't do anything. Well, what's the deal with that? Okay, the deal with that is somebody's already used that card. So you would take your next card, which would be a 8 card in the system. 8 card basically turns on and off the 9 card. Place that on there. Same thing. Go back to the 9 card now, and you'll see that now door is locked. Put your 9 card in there. It retracts the latch. It allows you to gain entry, and then after the 5 seconds, the door's latched. Hopefully, doesn't work anymore. Well, that guy still has that card, so is he going to be able to get back in tomorrow when I'm not here? No. Access denied because he's used it one time. It's done until you recock it with your other key, which is a number 8 key in the system from the factory. It won't do anything. You also have a lot of different other features where you could actually give a key system to maybe the person that's first person in the morning. You could tie this to anybody, foremen, managers, secretaries. Door's locked in the beginning of the day. Give her the key. That doesn't just open the door, that leaves the door unlocked until she actually wants to go home or he wants to go home at the end of the day. It's going to leave the door in passage mode until you actually reintroduce the same number 5 card, present it, and it's going to lock that door then. Now everyone's safe to go home. Whatever you're going to do, you go home for the day and you're done. Even simpler is the other cards will actually remove HID cards that are currently in place, so you could hand out up to the 2,000 different cards, and then you're going to be able to remove people if you have it, or the other card is you're going to enable cards. So you could just take a card. You could see this card currently, this card currently does not work. Doesn't do anything. Well, really simple. All I got to do is take my factory set of cards, click enable, put the card there, and it's done. Now you're just going to let it time out. It's going to actually shut itself off in 30 seconds once the window's done, and you'll hear the lock relock. Trying to keep this all in frame at the same time. Okay, you'll see the Door is now locked. That's the card we just programmed. Look at how easy that is. If you can't do that, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't be touching a lock. So once again, locked. This is an active card. We just programmed that. Well, let's just say we just fired this guy. Now at the end of the day, we got to get rid of him. We got his card back, but you know, just to make sure, we'll just take the number 4 card, which is for removal of the HID cards. Let's place them on there. All you got to do is take that card again, place them on there. It's going to take a little bit. Kick out of programming. Now you'll see, same card that just worked does not work anymore. Pretty easy. You can also do many other things with the group set of cards that come with the actual lock. Same as emergency lockdown system. You could do inter-programming, which is the port system. You could do full lockout of all the cards until you enable one of the master cards, which will allow you in to be able to use cards. You can gain just straight access, one-time use cards. You could also set schedules. You could automatically lock and unlock the lock by itself. You could do quite a bit of things. Anything you could imagine could probably be done with it, as including remote control release. If you have somebody that's on an exterior door and they're just security and you just have to keep that door locked, remote control release, 300 feet line of sight. They could just hit a button, the door will energize, let them in, relock once they're done. Once again, there's not much you could do to fool around with this. Basically, if you try to use a HID card and it's not enrolled, it just basically doesn't do anything. So it's a pretty good system. We put a lot of them in. We usually use keypad systems, but these are unique that a lot of times vandalism, people will try to hit the buttons and mess with the keypads. These are pretty much idiot proof. There's really nothing to do. It does offer a key override. You could put in almost any kind of cylinder you want, high security or regular slag or interchangeable cores. But something you should really think about if you're looking for an access system. This is about 1/3 of the price of regular people. So there's really a very good market for this. And if you were interested in this, please give us a call. HKS Systems Lock and Safe, 847-204-7046. Thank you.